everyone. Welcome to the final night of our drama club production. I'm sure there are a lot of you I cannot see because of this author in my face. There are a few things that I want to mention before we get started. So, firstly, these silent responses and we are not allowing flash photography because we don't want to distract the performers. But it is my pleasure to welcome you to our production tonight. We are so happy that you decided to join us this evening. You are in for a real treat. Last night went absolutely fantastic. We are very sure that tonight will go fabulous, if not better. My name is Griffin, and I am the director of the drama department here at McGill-Toolen, and I would like to tell you that our students are absolutely fantastic. I have the distinct pleasure as director of working with, I'm not sure the exact number, however, a very good number of fantastic students. My mind is escaping me. Long day at work, what can I say? Tonight's production is And Then There Were None, and it is from the great British playwright Agatha Christie, who is also known as the Queen of Crime. So, as you can pretty much surmise, we have an absolutely fantastic show. A few people I want to thank. First of all, I want to thank my fantastic assistant director, Riannon, Heinl. Without her, she's my second. Without her, none of this would be possible. When I say jump, she says how high, or she says, hey, we probably shouldn't jump there. No, in all seriousness, I couldn't have done this without her. So if we could, first of all, she's going to hate me, spotlight. And also, if we could give her a round of applause. And just so her work is underappreciated because she should be appreciated. Like I said, I will repeat it again and again. I could not be with without her. I want to thank the kids. They did absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I have the privilege of working with a fantastic group of students. They all gave it their all. They learned lots of lines, and it was amazing. Last but definitely not least, I want to thank our administration. Again, can't see you. I'm sure you're here somewhere. So thank you so much for our administration. To Father Shields, to Ms. Hayes, and to everyone on our administrative staff. Without them, we cannot do what we do. So their support for the arts, their support for our program has made us able to revive the drama program and kind of lift it back up, and for that we are eternally grateful. And to all of you, to the parents, to the people who come to watch, your support means more than you will ever know to these children. It means more than you ever know to us. So I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I would like to thank, and I'm sure Riannon shares my exact same thanks for you as well. Now, I'm going to get off the stage, and I'm going to let the kids get on the stage, and present to you Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None.
butterflies giving themselves airs and graces and looking down upon the servants.
Now, come on to that fancy, up-to-date, expensive kitchen of yours.
Too many newfangled gadgets for my fancy.
That's what I said. So this is it.
How perfectly lovely. Miss Claymore, you are Rogers. Yes, good evening. Good evening, Rogers. Will you got my luggage and Captain's bar? Very well, miss. You've been here before?
No, but I've heard a lot about the place.
Robertson's. Oh,
No, old Johnny Brewer, a pal of mine, built the place. It's a sad and broken story.
I love story.
Yes, ma'am. The saddest of all. Old Johnny was a wealthy businessman and he fell in love with famous Lily Logan. He married her, bought the island, and built this place all for her.
Sounds so romantic.
Ah, poor Johnny. He thought that if he cut her off from the rest of the world, without so much as a telephone for communication, he could hold her.
But, of course, the fair Lily, tied with her ivory tower, is escaped.
Uh-huh. Johnny went back to Wall Street, made a couple more millions, and the place was sold.
And here we are. Well, I ought to find the summons. The others will be up in a minute.
Well, it would be very rude to leave me here all by myself.
Would it? Well, I wonder where she is.
Go along, right? While we're waiting, can I have a drink? I'm very dry.
Of course you could.
It's certainly warm after that steep climb. What's yours?
No thanks, not for me, not on duty.
A good secretary is never up to you.
Really, this is exciting.
What is?
All of this. The smell of the sea, the girls, the beach, and this lovely house. I'm going to enjoy myself.
I think you are. I think we both are. Here's to you. You were very lucky.
Y'all are both very lovely.
Where's Mrs. Owen? Mr. and Mrs. Owen will be complimented tomorrow, miss. I thought you knew. Tomorrow, but
I
I
have a list of the guests expected, but have it. The second boatload is just for writing.
Thank you. How awful. I say, well, you can kind of tell me, won't you?
I will move to your side.
Thank you. It seems silly to have only brought us in the first boat and the rest in the second.
That, I'm afraid, was design, not accident.
Design, what do you mean?
I may have suggested to the boatmen that they not wait for the others. That and 5 shillings soon started.
You shouldn't have done that.
Well, they're certainly not very exciting, lot, are they?
I thought the names rather nice looking.
Callow, definitely callow, and very, very young.
I suppose you'll be commanded as 30 with more traffic.
I don't think my darling. I know.
Wizard place you got here?
I'm Mrs. Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owens has been detained in London. I'm afraid it won't be down until tomorrow.
Oh, that's too bad.
Can I introduce Captain Lombard, Mr.
Marston, Anthony Marston.
Have a drink.
Oh, thank you.
exactly right. It was too technically this time. I chucked it. It is.
Where is Mrs. Owen? Mrs. Grant, isn't it? Susan Owen's secretary. Mrs. Owen's husband attended lunch and won't be down until tomorrow. Indeed. Extraordinary. Did she miss the train? I expect so. But won't you have something? Can I introduce Captain Lombard, Mr. Marston, General Mackenzie? I think you all met on the boat. Oh, and Mr.
Davis is the name. Do let me get you a drink. A dry martini and a glass of sherry, whiskey and soda.
I've never touched alcohol.
You never touch alcohol.
I suppose you know young men with us, standing there on the wharf. I suppose, Mrs. Grant, I explained for that. You see, I wanted to. It seems to me most extraordinary that Miss Owen should not be here to receive her guest. Perhaps she's the kind of person who just can't help missing trains.
That's why I reckon you.
Not at all. Miss Owen looks like that.
Perhaps it's her husband's fault.
She hasn't got a husband. I shall like to find her. Of course, I'll take you there.
You shall find my sister upstairs, miss. She will show you to the room.
I'm afraid our host and hostess hasn't arrived yet, so my name's Lombard.
Lord Grey, how do you do?
How do you do? Have a drink.
Somewhere about.
Davis is the name. Wonderful place you got here, I say. Quite unique.
As you say, quite unique.
Your drink.
Old Badger Berkeley roll up yet?
What did you say?
Badger Berkeley. He's the one who wrote the incident. When's he coming?
I don't think he is. No name of Berkeley on the list.
That dirty old double crosser. He stood me up. Well, it's a pretty wizard island. And a pretty wizard girl, that secretary. She ought to line things up a bit around here. Say, what about dressing for dinner this time?
Let's go and explore.
No, wizard.
Things are a bit at sixes and sevens when the Owens not turning up.
Tricky what? I say wizard place for a holiday, what?
Aren't you going to sit down?
Well, to tell you the truth, you seem to be in my chair.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were going to dancing.
Well, it's not that. To tell you the truth, I've never been here before. You see, I live in Benton for the last 10 years, and my seat is just about near. Can't get used to sitting anywhere else.
If it comes to that.
Yes, it certainly does. Thank you. Well, not quite. But it's a nice chair. To tell you the truth, I was a bit surprised when I got it. Haven't had anything but time in over 4 years. Very nice of you.
Can I have your keys, ma'am? Can you tell me if Lady Constance Clemington is back here? Lady Constance Clemington? I don't think so. Unless she's coming down from London with Mr. and Mrs. Owens tomorrow. Oh. Allow me, sir. Can I take the keys?
No, thanks.
Nice to meet you,
Constance.
Shall I show you to your room? Dinner is at 8 o'clock.
Here you are, ma'am. I'll call Rogers.
How are you? Davis.
Mine's Armstrong.
Dr. Armstrong, I believe.
Yes.
Thought so. Never.
Oh my God, don't tell me I forgot one of my patients.
No, nothing like that. I just saw you in court once being expert at it.
Oh, are you interested in the law?
Well, you see, I'm from South Africa. Naturally, legal processes in this country are bound to the interest of the local.
Oh, yes, of course.
Have a drink?
No, thank you. I never touch it.
Do you mind if I do? Mine's empty.
Not a bit.
Then how do you look around the island? It's a wonderful place.
Wonderful. I thought as I was coming across the mainland, I hated and peace this was.
Too peaceful for some, I dare say.
No, it was wonderfully restful. Wonderful for the nerves. I'm a nerve specialist, you know.
Yes, I did know that. Did you come down by train?
No, I was motorist now. Dropped in on a patient on the way. Great improvement. Wonderful response.
Best part of 200 miles, isn't it? How long is it?
I didn't hurry. I never hurried. Bad for the nerves, you know. Except some mannerless young fellow nearly drove me into the ditch near Amesbury. Shot past me at about 80 miles an hour. Disgraceful bit of driving. I would have liked to have had his number.
Yes, and if only more people had the numbers of these young road hogs.
Yes, well, you must excuse me. I must have a word with Mr. Owen.
Oh, Mr. Owen is coming down.
You ready, sir?
Yes, take my hat, will you? What time is up?
Dinner is at 8 o'clock, sir, in a quarter of an hour.
Find a place here.
Yes, thank you.
Been here long?
Just under a week, sir.
Really? Is that all? I suppose you don't live on gravel.
No, sir.
All friends and family?
I really couldn't say, sir.
Oh, well. Oh, Roger! Roger, do you think you put some sandwiches in a bottle of beer and I get a hell of an appetite for this beer.
See what I can do, sir.
Thank you, Roger. Oh, and Roger! Roger says he won't invite it. Where?
Right this way, sir.
Good. I'm going to be watching him for straight away.
I'm sure. So much to do. No time.
Pardon me, ma'am. Who are you? I'm Captain Agatha of the Mariana, and you are?
Give me such a turn.
You may call me Mrs. Rogers.
Pleased to meet your acquaintance. I'm the ferryboat captain. I'm bringing the rest of the luggage down from the boat. Where would you like me to put it?
You can just stay in the hallway next to the steps. My sister will come and collect them later.
Lanto! What are you doing? Give me back that right now. That is very expensive.
Sorry. So, do you think that the weather will stay favorable?
Well, that is the question on every sailor's mind this time of year. There was a red sky, and the barometer keeps falling. My guess is that it's a warning for inclement weather as the cold front runs through. But a little excitement is good for the soul.
So, do you think that the ferry service may be interrupted?
I couldn't guess that it would be interrupted for more than a few days. But we will have to mind the direction of the wind. Too stiff of a gale from the northeast, and the waves will be crashing towards the pier, making docking to Mariana impossible.
Goodness. The weather has been so unpredictable as of late. I really should have ordered more butter and more whiskey.
Yes, it is always good to have what you need, especially with these symptoms.
So, who decides on the ferry rides?
The harbor master, miss, but he isn't one to just cancel willy-nilly. However, would you like me to put in an order for more provision, just in case?
That's quite all right. I've already given my list to whom they're about. Say, I demand in rough seas.
Well, we have the whaleskins to keep us safe, but frankly, I just let the boat do the majority of the work.
Spoken like a true sailor.
Yes, well, I ought to get going. The tide nor the tide waits for no man or woman.
Well, safe travels.
Afternoon, Mrs. Rogers.
Here you are, Rogers. You want to bring dirty glasses. Always leaving dirty work to me. Here I am, with a 4-horse dinner on my hands, and no one to help me. You might want to give me a hand in wishing up later. Who's that you're talking to, by the way?
Davis, South African gentleman. No money if you ask me. No class either.
I don't like them. Don't like me getting much. More like that lunch we had at boarding house, I'd say.
Davis thinks out as a millionaire or something. You should see his underwear. Cheap as they make them.
Well, as I said, it's not treating us right. All these visitors arrived today, and no maid's coming till morning. What do they think we are?
Now then, the money's good.
So
do that, sister.
Why not? Who says I can't? I should like to know.
You're on an island. Have you forgotten that?
Yes. Just a cat. I don't know as I can't see you around.
Well, not that I do much either. Just sitting down to a pub or going through the pictures. Anyways, it's double wages when I call in the difficulties. And there's plenty of beer in the house.
That's all you ever think about. Beer.
Now then, stop your nagging and head along to that kitchen where your dinner will be spoiled.
Really spoils anyway, I expect. Everyone's going to be late. Wasted on them anyway. Thank goodness I didn't flag. Oh, dinner won't be a minute, miss. Just a question finishing up.
Is everything all right, Rogers? Can you manage between the two of you?
Yes, my sister talks a lot, but she gets the job done.
What a lovely evening. Indeed. But this is very sad. How plainly one can hear the sea. A pleasant sound. Not a breath of wind and deliciously warm. Not like eating a doll. I should have thought you might feel a little uncomfortable with that. No, it's rather high, isn't it? I don't think so. You'll excuse me, my dear, but you're a young girl. And you thought you would return, yeah? A well-bred woman like very good here, flashy. It looks as though, you know, you're trying to attract the attention of the opposite sex. And would you say I do attract them? That's besides the point. A girl who deliberately sets out to grab the attention of men won't be likely to do her job very long. Surely that depends on who she's working for. Really, Miss Blakemore, aren't you being a little unkind? Don't you nowadays? I hate and go into disgusting fashion. Disgusting? Yes. Yes! Low-backed evening dresses! Low-backed evening dresses! Like half naked on beaches, all of the so-called sunbathing and used for immodest conduct. Nothing more. Familiarity, Christian names, drinking cocktails, and look at young men nowadays. Dickens! Look at that young Robertson. What good is he? And that Captain Lombard. What do you object to, Captain Lombard? I would say he led a very varied and interesting life, that man's adventure. All of this younger generation is no good. No good at all. You don't like youth, I see. What do you mean? I'm just working at you don't like young people. And is there any reason why I should? Right! Oh, no. But it sure seems like you wish a lot. You are. You are very unlike. You are very important. You are very important. I'm sorry, but that's just what I think. The world will never improve until we step out in modesty. What? What did you say? Nothing!
What about the old one? She looks rather like a tortoise, don't you think? All judges look like tortoises. They've got that venomous way of charting their heads in and out. Miss Justice Wargrave is no exception.
I didn't realize she was a judge.
Oh yes, she's probably been responsible for sending more innocent people to their deaths than anyone else in England. Hello, you two met. Dr. Armstrong, Miss Lakeland. Dr. Armstrong and I just decided that the old girl.
Yes, I heard you, and so did she. Oh, Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Brent, isn't it?
There's something I wanted to ask you. Will you go out there with me?
Why, of course.
Absolutely wizard car. A supercharged sports or light car. Whatever. You don't see many of them on the road anymore. I can get over 100 out of her.
Really? Did you come down from London?
Yeah, 208 miles. Should have taken over 4 hours. But there were 3 cars on the road to speed up. I did reach over 90 on the Salisbury Blade. Not bad, eh?
I think you might have passed me on the
respectively, and at diverse times commit the following. Helen Armstrong, that you did cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese. William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor. Emily Caroline Brent, that you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that you killed Peter Ogilvie Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that you were guilty of the deaths of 21 men, members of an East African tribe. John Gordon Mackenzie, that you sent your wife's lover, Arthur Richmond, to his death. Anthony James Marston, that you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Elsie Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Madam Elizabeth Wargrave, that you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Who was that?
You know who that
Are you crazy?
Okay.
Are you okay? Yes. Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Where did that come from? Oh my God!
That's a big
Get off her!
It's nothing much. She's fainted. That's all. She'll be around in a minute. Someone get some brandy.
Roger, get some brandy.
Who is that speaking? It sounded.
What's going on? What kind of practical joke was that?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are charged with these indictments that you did.
Graceful and heartless practical joke.
So you think it's a joke, do you?
letter impeaching us. Yes, ma'am. Curious. Go on with your story. The right occurred, like the letter said, on the 4th. Everything was in order, plenty of food in stock, and everything was very nice. Just needed dusting and that. What next? Nothing. Yeah. Then got orders to prepare the rooms for a house party. 8. Then, by the morning post, I received notice that the oath might be retained, and if so, let's do the best we could. And it gave instructions about the dinner and put it on the room for the record.
Headed Ritz Hotel and Tyler.
Coordination team number 5, those coming base, inside paper, never check. We shan't get much out of this. We can try to figure it's been English. Come on, Jules, the Texas.
Got some fancy Christian names. Toolen, Norman, Owen. Quite a mouthful.
I'm obliged to Miss Marston. Pulled my attention to a curious and suggestive point. I think the time has come for all of us to share our information regarding our unknown host. We are all his guests, and I think it would be profitable if each one of us were to explain how that came about.
There's something very peculiar about all of this. I received a letter from the signature that was not very easy. It's purported to be from women whom I had met at certain summers or 2 or 3 years ago. I named Agatha. I'm quite certain that I've never met anyone by the name of Owen.
Have you got the letter?
Yes, I will fetch his word.
Miss Claiborne?
I wanted a holiday post, so I applied to a Centerville agency. Mrs. Renfield in London. I was offered this post and sent.
And you were never interviewed by a prospective employer?
No, but I have a letter.
Soldier Island, Staplehaven, Devon. I have received your name from Miss Grenfell's agency. I understand she knows you personally, and I shall be glad to pay you the salary you ask. We shall expect you to take up your duties on August 8th. The train is the 12:10 from Paddington, and you will be met at the Oak Ridge Station. I enclose £5 for your expenses. Yours truly, the Nancy Owen. Mr. Marston,
I don't actually know the Owens. I got invited here by a pal of mine at the first week, which was strange, because I thought he was in Norway. I haven't got the wire.
thank you. Dr. Armstrong.
In these circumstances, I think I may admit that my visit here was professional. Mr. Owen wrote me he was worried about his wife's health, her nerves, to be precise. He wanted a report without her being alarmed. He therefore suggested that my visit should be regarded as that of an ordinary guest.
And you had no previous acquaintance with the rest of the family.
No.
Yet you had no hesitation in obeying their summons.
Well, a colleague of mine was mentioned and a very handsome fee was suggested. I was due for a holiday anyway.
Dear Miss Brent, I do hope you remember me. We were together at Belhaven Guest House in August some years ago, and we seem to have so much in common. I am starting a guest house of my own off the coast of Devon. I think there really is an opening for a place where there is good plain English cooking, and a nice old-fashioned type of person. I should be very glad if you could see your way to spending your summer holiday on Soldier Island. Ask my guest of course. I suggest August 8th, 12:40 from Paddington to Oak Ridge. Yours sincerely, UN. Signature is slightly ambiguous. I have my own decoy letter from an old friend of mine, Lady Constance Clemington. God respect it. She writes in her usual vague and coherent ways, and refers to her host and hostess in the vaguest of terms.
Look here, I'm just thought.
In a minute.
But I.
We'll take things one step at a time. Oh my, Captain Lombard. General McKenzie.
About 11 from
well, and I'm willing to swear that you never set foot there in your life.
No, you got me all wrong. I'm an NCIA.
Oh, a copper.
I've got my credentials, and I can prove it. I was put on to this job. Mr. Owen, since it's very nice to meet you, let's remain instead of keep an eye on you all the way again.
And Griffin
Said Mrs. Owen had some valuable tools. Mrs. Owen, my ass! I don't think there is any such person.
Your conclusions, I think, are justified. You look Norman Owen, good to Nancy Owen. Each time that is to say, you and Owen. Or by a slight stretch of fancy unknown.
But it's fantastic. Math is
Yes, I have no doubt in my mind that we've been invited here by a madman. Probably a dangerous, homicidal lunatic. Whoever it is who has enticed us here and has taken the time to learn a great deal about us. A very great deal. But out of his knowledge concerning us has uttered certain definite accusations. I wish to say this. Our unknown friend has accused me of the murder of one Edward C. I remember him perfectly well. He came before me in court in 1930. He was charged of the murder of an elderly woman. He was ably defended and made a great confession on the jury. Nevertheless, on the evidence, he was certainly guilty. I summed up accordingly, and the jury came back with a verdict of guilty. In passing sentence of death, I concur fully with this verdict. The appeal was lodged on the grounds of misdirection, but was dismissed and he was duly executed. I wish to say this before you all, that my conscience on the matter was clear. I did my duty and that was all. I passed sentence on a rightly convicted murderer.
Did you know the proceeding? I mean, before.
I knew nothing of it before the trial.
The old girl's lying. I swear she's lying.
No, man. Absolutely, man. Being on hold of the wrong and the mistake all around. Best for you to leave this sort of thing unanswered. However, I feel I ought to say no truth whatsoever in what said about the young Uncle Richmond. Richmond was one of my officers. I sent him on reconnaissance in 1917. He was killed. Also like to say, resent very much. Slur on my wife. Been dead a long time. Best woman in the world. Absolutely. Caesar's wife.
You know, I've been thinking, John and Lucy must have been some kids I ran over to. Beastly nuisance.
For them? Or for you?
Well, I was thinking for me, but of course for my friend, it was beastly bad luck for them too. Of course, it was completely by accident. They ran some cabin or other. I got my license suspended for a year. Beastly nuisance.
What the hell's wrong with you? Young men like you are a disgrace to this community. You are not just a terrible
I
driver.
couldn't help it. It was an accident.
It's accident.
Might I say a word, sir?
Go ahead.
There was mention. There was mention in the letter.
Take the wine away, please.
There was mention in the letter of me and my sister, and of Miss Jennifer Brady. There is no word of truth in it. We were with Miss Brady when she died. She was always in her home, always from the time that we came to her. It was a storm, ma'am. The night she died, the telephone was out of order. I couldn't get a doctor to her. I went for him on foot. But by the time we got back, it was too late. We've done everything possible for her. Devoted to her we were. Anyone will tell you the same. There was never a word against us. Never a word.
Catered to something a little nice at her death, I suppose.
Miss Brady left us a legacy in recognition of our faithful service. And why not? I should like to know.
What about yourself, Mr. Moore?
What about me?
Your name was on that list.
Yes, landlord fees for the London Commercial Bank property.
Landlord. I remember that name, though it never came before me. He was meant nothing to me. What was it of clothes, please? I don't really remember having a patient of that name or it being connected with a death in any way. I mean, of course it was a long time ago. It may have been one of my operation cases in the hospital. They come so late, so many of these people, and then when the patient dies, it's always the surgeon's fault.
Of course, it's better to take up nerve cases than to give up surgery. Some, of course, give up treatment.
No, you have no right to insinuate such things. I never touched alcohol.
My dear lady, I never suggested that you did. Besides, Mr. Unknown Owen is the only one who knows all the facts.
Miss Claiborne? I was nursery governess here at Hamilton. We were in Cornwall for the summer. He was forbidden to swim up for. One day when my attention was distracted, he started off, and as soon as I saw what happened, I swam after him. I couldn't get there in time.
Was there an inquest?
Yes, I was exonerated by the coroner. His mother didn't like me either.
Thank you. Miss Brent?
I have nothing to say.
Nothing at all? You deserve more defense.
There is no question of defense. I was active for the decades of my time.
Well, what a law-abiding monarch we all seem to be, myself excepted.
Go ahead, Captain Lombard. We're all ready for your floor.
I have got to go.
What do you mean?
Sorry to disappoint all. Just that it's perfectly true. I love those men to die.
You abandoned your men?
Not the act of a proper gentleman, I'm sure, but self-preservation is a man's first duty.
Our inquiry rests there. Now then, Rogers, tell me who else is on this island besides ourselves, you, and your sister.
Nobody? Ma'am.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Thank you. Don't go, Rogers. I'm not yet clear on the purpose of our unknown host in getting us to assemble here. I think he may be dangerous. No, we should leave this island. I suggest tonight.
I beg your pardon, ma'am, but there's no boat on the island.
No good at all?
No, ma'am.
Why can't we telephone to the mainland?
There's no telephone either. Riannon, she always comes at 8. She brings the milk, the papers, the post, and the bread, and takes the orders.
Good on sporting boy. I've figured out the mystery before we're all gone. It's kind of like a detective thriller. Absolutely thrilling.
bathroom will be the last door on your left. There's a bake sale out back, plenty of baked goods and refreshments for you all to enjoy. I know that I will surely be having a bite to eat.
We also have donations if you would like to donate to this lovely department. I know you are all probably impoverished, so any little cent could help us. You can donate to this amazing department or to these amazing actors like
Like me! Thank you all so much for pleasing me with this nice one here. Thank you. the natural sky and wind steadily right up. Old boy in training today said we were due to rough weather. Kids wondered if we were right.
And I wish that boat would come. The sooner we get off this island, the better. It's absurd not keeping a boat on this island.
No proper harbor. The wind comes to blow from the southeast. A boat will get dashed east against the rock.
But Mr. Fuller, a boat would always be able to make us in the mainland.
Oh no, Miss Brent, that's just what it would be.
Do you mean it should be cut off in the mainland?
Yes, condensed smoke, Revita, and the tin stuff until the gale will blow itself out. But you need worry, the sea's only a little choppy.
I think the pleasures of living on islands are rather overrated.
Where's that boat's coming? You know, annoying the way this house is built, just slap up against the cliff. Can't see the mainland, you can climb to the top. Should we go there again?
It's no use, Doctor. But watch my never was. Besides, we saw no signs of floating on the rock.
And what can this woman never caught be doing?
They're all like that in death. They never heard of each other.
And where's Rogers? She ought to be about.
If you ask me, her sister's pretty badly wrapped last night.
I know. Ghastly, the whole thing.
Got the light up properly. I'd even take a bet that she and her sister killed that old lady.
You really think so?
Well, I've never seen a woman more scared. Guilty as hell, I should say.
Fantastic. This whole thing is just fantastic.
I say, suppose she's talked to
Rogers. But there isn't any way she could. There's no boat on this island that just said so.
Yes, but I've been thinking, we've only heard Roger's word for that. Suppose there is a boat on the island. Rogers and her sister may have been off in the first thing.
Oh, no, she wouldn't be allowed to leave the island. I dream. Yes, I dream.
Oh, yes, I won't doubt that.
I dreamt of Leslie, my wife, you know.
Oh, yes. Where is Narracott? Where is she?
Who is Erica?
The old girl who promised her to get there.
Was it only yesterday?
Yes, I feel that way too. Bad criminal records, suicides, it's about all that makes it stand. I shan't be sorry to see the back of the driver. I give you my word.
So, you don't understand. How strange.
What's that?
I don't like the look of him.
I reckon young Marston was suicide has been a real bad shock. He was years older.
And where's poor young Marston now?
Dr. Armstrong, I suppose it was suicide.
Oh, what else could it be?
I don't know. Suicide.
Say, I have a pretty funny feeling like that. Suppose this Mr. Unknown Owen, say he is on the island. Rogers and her sister may not know, or perhaps Mr. Owen could hold him to safety. Pretty nasty thought.
Would it have been possible for any of us to tamper with Marston's drink without our saving him?
I mean, it was just sitting up there. Anyone could have slipped his dollar or cyanide in it if they wanted to.
That just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
I've been looking all over for you. Could you come take a look at my sister upstairs, Miss?
yes, is she feeling under the weather still?
She's
You won't leave this island without me?
I wish the boat would come. I hate this place.
I agree. But I think the sooner we get in touch with the police, the better.
The police?
The police have to be notified in the case of suicide. You know Miss Claythorne.
Yes, of course.
What's going on here? No sign of breakfast?
Are you hungry, General? Feeling like breakfast?
Leslie, my dear.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm your Claythorne.
Of course. Forgive me. I took you for my wife.
Oh,
I've been waiting for her, you see.
but I thought your wife was dead long ago.
Yes, I thought so too. But I was wrong. She's here, on this island.
Good morning. Good morning, Captain Lamar. Good morning. Seem to have, overslept myself. Bogey down your nose. Bit late, isn't it? Good morning. You and I can run a swim before breakfast. Too bad it is.
Too bad you overslept yourself.
You must have good nerves. Nothing makes me lose my sleep. Didn't happen to dream of African natives, did you?
No, was it a dream of convicts on Jarbourne?
went up, was alarmed by the look of her, and went hunting for me. She's been dead about 5 hours, I should say.
What was it? Heart?
Impossible to say. It may have been.
After all, he had a pretty bad trial.
It's true.
I suppose she could have been poisoned, Doctor?
Well, it's perfectly possible, but
With the same stuff as young Marston.
no, not cyanide. It would have been some narcotic or hypnotic, one of the barbiturates or chloral or something like that.
Say, you gave her a sleeping powder, didn't you?
Yes, I gave her a mild dose of luminol.
Didn't give her too much.
No, I don't know what you mean.
No offense, no offense. I just figured that if she had a weak
The
heart.
amount I gave her could not have hurt anyone.
Then what exactly did happen?
It's impossible to say without an autopsy.
If, for instance, this was one of your patients, what would have been your procedure?
Well, without any previous knowledge of the woman's state of health, I could not give a certificate.
Well, she was a very nervous-looking creature. She had got it right last night. Perhaps it was heart failure.
Her heart certainly failed to beat, but what caused it to fail?
Conscience.
What exactly do you mean by that, Miss Brent?
You all. She was accused, together with her sister, of having deliberately murdered their former employer. A poor, fragile, innocent,
Get to the point.
old, elderly lady.
There you go. And you believe that's true, Miss Brent?
Certainly, you all saw her. She broke down completely and fainted. The shock of having her wickedness sparkling to her was too much for her to carry. She literally died of fear.
It is a possible theory, but one cannot adopt it without more exact knowledge of her state of health. If she had a latent cardiac weakness,
Call it, if you prefer, an act of God.
Oh no, Miss Brent.
You regard it as impossible that a sinner should be struck down by the wrath of God? I do not.
My dear lady, in my experience of ill-doing, Providence leaves the work of conviction and chastisement with us mortals. The process is often fraught with difficulties. There are no shortcuts.
Let's be practical about it. What did the woman have to eat and drink before bed?
nothing.
Nothing? Nothing at all? Not even a cup of tea? I'll bet you she had a cup of tea. That store always does.
Rogers assures me her sister had nothing whatsoever.
She might say so.
So that's your idea?
Well, why not? You heard the accusations. What if they're true? Miss Brent thinks it is for one. Rogers and her sister killed the old lady. They're feeling quite safe and happy about it.
Happy? Excuse me, miss. I'm eating all the breakfast. I'm not much hand to cook, I'm afraid. It's lunch that's worrying me. Would cold tongue and gelatin be satisfactory? And there's biscuit and cheese. Yes, that will be fine, Roger.
Lunch? Lunch? We should be here for lunch. When the hell is that boat coming?
Mr. Bloor.
What?
You'll pardon me, sir, but the boat won't be right.
What?
The narrow house always here before 8. Is there anything else required, Miss? Well,
And it's not, Rogers. Her sister's laying dead upstairs, and there she is, cooking breakfast and calling out lunch. And now she says the bone was ready? How the hell did she know?
Mr. Bloor!
What?
Calm down! Don't you see? She's dazed. She's just carrying on like a good servant would. It's pathetic, really. Hey, the pathetic one.
She's pointing backwards, if you ask me.
No one asked you!
I think the really significant thing is the failure for the boat to arrive. It means we're deliberately being cut off from help.
It's very little time. Very little time. What's that, General? Very little time. We mustn't waste it talking about things that don't matter. And
Why do you think Agatha hasn't turned back?
I think the mystery you
ubiquitous Owen has given orders.
You mean told her it's a practical joke or something to the guy?
She'd never fall for that, would you?
Well, why not? Soldier Island's got a reputation for people throwing crazy parties. This is just a more crazy idea, that's all. Narracott knows there's plenty of food and drink on the island. Probably thinks the whole thing's just a huge joke.
Well, couldn't we light up a bonfire on top of the island so that
No,
we can see it?
that'll been provided against. All signals are to be ignored.
But can we do something?
Yes, we can. We can find the funny gentleman who set up this little joke, Mr. Unknown Owen. I'll bet anything we like he's somewhere on the island. And the sooner we find him, the better. Because, in my opinion, he's as mad as a hound, and as dangerous as a rattlesnake.
Hardly a very good simile, Captain Lombard. At least the rattlesnake gives a warning before its approach.
Warning. Warning! My God, yes! Number one, that's our warning. 10 little soldier boys. There were 10 of us at the Narracott that weren't there. 10 little soldier boys going out to die. One went and choked himself, and then there were 9. Marston choked himself right enough. 9 little soldier boys stayed up very late. One overslept himself. That's it, Miss Rogers, right?
You don't mean that he wants to kill us all?
Yes, I think he does.
And each one gets the right.
No, it's impossible. It's a coincidence. It has to be a coincidence.
Only 8 little soldier boys left. I suppose that's coincidence too. What do you think, Lord?
I don't like it.
There's nobody else on this island.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
God, this is terrible.
None of us shall ever leave this island.
Can someone shut up, Grandpa?
Don't you agree with me, Captain Lawrence?
Up to a point, yes.
The sooner we get started, the better. Come on, Armstrong. Come on, Lord. We'll make it work.
All right. I suppose no one happens to have a wall, right? I guess that would be too much to do.
I got one.
Always scary that thing about Wiki.
Usually, I bet it's some tight places, you know.
Oh, I bet you've been in no tighter place than this. If there is a homicidal killer on this island, he'll have a whole arsenal of exposed. Go use it.
Well, you may be very wrong there, Lord. Many homicidal maniac killers are actually very quiet, unassuming people. Delightful fellows. You never guessed there was anything wrong with them.
Well, if this Mr. Unknown Owen turns out to be one of those homicidal killers, we'll turn it over to you, Armstrong. Now then, Lombard, I suggest you search the house while me and Armstrong keep our together.
Right. How's that to be easy? No sliding panels or secret doors?
Mine, he doesn't kill you before you kill him.
Nah, don't worry about me. But you two had better stick together. Remember, none got left behind.
Quite the energetic man, that Captain Lombard.
Well, don't you think he's right? If someone was hiding on the island, they'll be bound to find you.
I think this problem needs brains rather than brawn to solve it.
Where are you going?
To sit in the sun and think.
Now, where did I put that white skein of coal? Did you leave it upstairs? Shall I go and see if I can help you? No. Oh, yes, I know what that to do. I'm glad Captain Lombard has found a revolver.
They're all wasting time. Wasting time.
Do you think so?
Yes. It's much better to sit quietly and wait
Wait, for what?
for the end, of course. I wish I could find Leslie.
Your wife?
Yes. I wish you'd known her. She was so pretty. So gay.
Was she?
Yes. I loved her very much. Of course, I was a lot older than she was, you know. She was only 27. Arthur Richmond was 26. He was my age. Leslie liked him. He used to talk of music and play together. She teased him and made fun of him. I was pleased. I thought she took a monthly interest in him. Damn fool, wasn't I? No fool like an old fool. Exactly like the book, the way I found out. When I was out in France, she wrote to both of us. She It's all right, my dear. It was a long time ago. But you see, I loved her very much, and believe me, I didn't say anything to him. I let it grow inside, here, slow, murderous rage. Damn young Griffin. I liked that boy, trusted him.
What about the other?
I sent him to his death!
Oh my God.
It was quite easy. Mistakes were being made all the time. All anyone could say was that I lost my nerve a bit, made a blunder, sacrificed one of my best men. Yes, it was quite easy. Leslie I never told her I found it out. Went on as somehow nothing felt quite real. Started to move. She had a heart-shaped face, gray eyes, brown hair, and a curve.
Oh, don't!
Yes, I suppose in a way it was murder. Curious. There always been such a law-abiding man. Didn't feel like it at the time. Serves him damn well right. That's what I thought then. But now, well, you know, don't you?
What do you mean?
You don't seem to understand it. I thought you would. I thought you'd be glad too that the end was coming. We're all going to die, you know.
I don't know!
You're very young. You haven't got it. The relief, the blessed relief, when you know that you've done with it all. That you haven't got to carry the burden any longer. Don't talk to me that way. You don't understand. I want to sit here and wait. Wait for Leslie to come.
Oh my God! Oh my...
All correct. No sugar acid. One course.
Oh,
Say, you do look low. How about a drink to say you're none?
I drink 2 horses! And that was at 9 o'clock in the morning. And all you say is, have a drink! 1 man going white crackers! That's all right. Have a drink. 10 people accused of murder! That's all right. Just have a drink. Everything's fine as long as you have a drink.
All right. Stay thirsty.
Oh, you are nothing but a waster and adventurer. You make me tired.
I say, you are that type. What's the matter, my sweet?
I am not your sweet.
I'm sorry. I'd rather thought you were.
Well, you can think again.
Come, you really don't feel that way. You've got something in common, you and I. Rogues and murderers can't fall out.
Rogues and murderers!
You don't like the company of rogues and murderers, and you don't want to drink. I'll finish searching the house.
Yeah. Plus, young man, I can't find it anywhere. Is anything the matter? I'm worried about the general. Very ill, I think. Looking out for the boat. General. His sin has found him out. Goodness. Oh, don't! One must bring facts. Can any of us? Afford to work again. You don't want your shirt. Can any of us afford Thurs? Even if his wife were no better than she should be, she must have been a depraved, drunken woman. He had no right to take judgment in his own hands. Where's that wine? I don't know. You just middle her line. Please, was telling me the facts of the case. Indeed, I should like to hear them. It was not a good subject to discuss before gentlemen. So naturally, I refused to say anything last night. That girl, Beatrice Taylor, was in my service. I was very much received in her. She had nice manners and was clean and willing. I was very pleased with her. Of course, that was all the sheerest hypocrisy. She was a loose girl with no morals. Disgusting. It was some time before I found out she was what they call in trouble. It came as a great shock to me. Her parents were decent folk too, who had brought her up strictly. I'm glad to say that it's in her behavior even. What happened? Naturally, I refused to turn out under my rules. No one shall ever say I condone immorality.
Did she drown herself?
Yes.
How old was she?
17.
Only 17?
Why? Old enough to know how to behave. I told her what a low and grave thing she was. I told her that she was beyond the pale and that no decent person would take her to their house. I told her that her child would be the child of sin and branded all his life. I told her that no man would never not dream of marrying her, and that I felt soiled by ever having her under my roof.
You told a girl of 17 all of that?
Yes, I'm glad to say I broke her down utterly. I have no patience with indulgence toward sin.
And she didn't dare go home?
What did you feel like when you found she drowned herself? Feel like? Yeah. Didn't you blame yourself? Certainly not. I had nothing with which to reproach myself.
I believe you really feel like that. That's what makes it even more horrible.
That girl's unbalanced. Rise up, Lord, in your anger. Rise against the fury of my foes. Wait to judge as you have decreed. Breakfast is ready, miss. Be quiet. Have the assembly of the saints gathered about you. Sit on your throne, high above them. O Lord, judge of the nations. Do you know where the guests are, miss? Breakfast is ready.
Madam Wargrave is sitting out there in the sun. Lord Armstrong is searching the island. I shouldn't bother about them.
Grant me justice, Lord, for I am blameless, free of any guilt.
Shall we go in?
I don't feel like eating. Bring the malice of the wicked to an end. Uphold the innocent, O God of justice, who tries hearts and minds.
Reading aloud, Miss Grant.
It is my custom to read a portion of the Bible every day.
Yes, very good habit.
What luck did you have?
Well, there's no cover on this island. No caves. No one can hide anywhere.
We're about to have Walmart. No one. I'll stake my life on it. There's no one in the house except us. I've been through it from attic to cellar.
Breakfast is getting cold.
Breakfast! Come on, Lord. You've been nothing for breakfast since this morning. Let's eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Or who knows, perhaps even today.
Oh, you ought to be ashamed. Let me, Captain Lamar.
Oh, come on, General. Get out this breakfast, I said. Breakfast! Good God. One got left behind. There's a knife behind his back. No.
Oh my God.
How? Who could have done it? There's no one else on the island. Just check.
Exactly. Don't you see that this clever and cunning criminal is always one step ahead of us? It's like he knows exactly what we're going to do next and makes his plans accordingly. There's
one of us.
No, it's not Roger. She wouldn't have the brains to put this whole stuff together, nor the money.
profess to be a weather prophet, but I do think it is highly unlikely that a boat will be able to reach us, even if it knew of our plight in less than 24 hours. Even if the wind were to die, the sea still has yet to go down.
You're awfully wet.
Is anyone a swimmer? It's possible to swim to the main.
It's over a mile, and in this sea, you'd be dashed by the rocks and drowned.
Drowned why? I beg your pardon, Miss Brent.
After dinner now.
It's terribly cold in here.
I could get a fire started if you would like, miss.
Yes, that would be a great idea.
Very sound scheme, Ronnie.
Excuse me, but does anyone know what's come with the top bathroom curtain?
Really, Robertson, you're going fast too.
The bathroom curtain.
Yes, scarlet oil silk. It's missing.
Well, has anyone seen a scarlet oil silk curtain? I should have said. No luck, I'm afraid, Robertson.
It doesn't matter, only as I just thought it was odd.
Everything on this island is odd.
Oh, wait, I wonder if she would like some coffee. She was very wet. Rogers! Wait up! Rogers!
What's become of Dr. Armstrong?
She went up to her room to rest.
Someone's probably batting her one by now.
I expect she had the good sense to bolt her door.
Yes, and it won't be so easy now that all of us are under guard.
That proves nothing, Mr. Bloor. And I advise you to not be too confident. I suggest we adopt some certain measures of safety.
Against who?
Against each other. We're all in grave danger. The 10 of us that arrived, 3 are definitely cleared. There's 7 of us left. 7 little soldiers.
One of whom is a bogus little soldier.
Exactly.
Well, in spite of what Miss Claiborne said just now, you and Armstrong are well close to it. He's a well-known doctor, and you are known all over.
What does that mean? Judges have gone down before now. Doctors have too. So have policemen.
Ha! Here, here!
Well, did she want some coffee?
She'd rather make herself a nice cup of tea. What about Dr. Armstrong? Do you think we should take her out of the cup?
I shall take it up if you like.
No, I'll do it. I won't change.
Yes, you ought to. You will catch a cold.
I think she'd rather prefer to see me. She may be afraid of your revolver, no.
Ah, yes. Now a revolver. I want to have a word with you about that.
Oh, do you change?
What are you going to say? I want to know why you brought a revolver with you when it's supposed to be a little social biz. You do it.
Well, I've led a rather adventurous life. I've gotten into the habit of taking a revolver around with me. Had a bit of a jam once or twice. It's a nice feeling having a gun, and don't you agree?
We don't carry them. Now then, I want the truth about this gun.
Oh, what a damn suspicious fellow you are, boy.
If this is about that revolver, I would love to hear what you've got to say.
Oh, well, I got a letter inviting me here as a guest of Mr. and Mrs. Owen. Said it would be worth my while. The writer said that he heard I had a good reputation as a good man in the tight place. He said there might be some danger, but I'd be all right if I kept my eyes open.
I never fallen for that.
Well, I did. I was bored. God, how bored I was back in that same country. But you have to admit, the prospect was interesting.
Too vague for my life.
That was the whole charm of it. It psyched my curiosity.
But curiosity goes to cat.
Yes, right.
Oh, do you change?
I'm going, my sweet. I'm going. The turtle. I think it's called.
Don't be ridiculous.
That's a tall story. If it is true, why didn't you tell us last night?
Might have thought exactly the emergency for which you've been prepared.
Perhaps it is.
Oh, I hardly think so. This was just Mr. Owen's little bit of cheese to get him in the trap with all the rest of us. He must have known him well enough to rely on his curiosity.
Yeah, he's still wrong with that, man. I wouldn't trust him a yard.
Are you such a good judge of truth?
We have to get out of here before it's too late.
The one thing we should not do is give in to nerves.
Sorry, rather case of physician, heal thyself, but I've been overworked lately and run down.
Sleeping badly?
I keep dreaming hospital operation a knife at my throat.
Ew, nightmares.
Did you ever dream you're in a court sentencing a man to death?
Are you by any chance referring to an Edward scene? I can assure you, you should not lose any sleep over the death of that man. particularly cold-blooded, brutal murderer. The jury liked him. They were inclined to let him off, but I could see how we were. I could see
Who's trying to hurry up?
Yes, where is Roger? She's on my back right now.
She said she'd gone to get some sticks.
What? Sticks! Sticks! My God, sticks!
Oh my God.
5?
Roger!
5.
Roger's Lombard.
Oh
What the hell does blow off feel like a bathroom?
no! Oh, full of mine.
Have you seen Rogers?
No, why should I?
2 more soldiers have gone.
I thought it was you.
Well, what is it?
In the story.
Is he?
Oh, she's dead, all right.
How?
An axe. Someone behind her. She was picking up sticks and
One shot himself. Ah. And then there were 6!
Stop it! Vera, stop it! She'll be all right. What's next, ladies? Bees? Think you bees on the island? Oh, come on, the next verse. 6 little soldier boys flying from the hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. Bumblebee stung one. Well, we all look pretty surprised, don't we? Nothing wrong with any of us. My God, no thing. A hypodermic syringe.
The modern beast man.
Well, we were sitting there. One of us.
One of us.
Which of us?
We shall all be dead, all but one. think of something else. Thinking right now.
Poor Louise, what was her name? Cleves? But the nerves that made you do her in, Doctor.
No, drink. I used to be a heavy drinker. God help me, I was drunk when I operated. Okay, is that what you want to hear? My head was shaking all over the place. Oh, I remember her now. Big, heavy, conjured by a woman. And I killed her.
So I was right. That's the way it is.
Sister knew, of course, but she was loyal to me. To the hospital. I don't know. I gave up drinking. I gave it up. Altogether. I went in for a study of nervous diseases. Very successfully. 1 or 2 lucky shots. Good result with 1 or 2 important women. They talked to their friends. For this last year or 2, I've been so busy I've hardly known which way to turn. I got to the top of the tree.
Until Mr. Unknown Cohen. And down will come Cradle and Dr. Randolph.
Stop it! It's theory and joking!
Enough! We do not have time to sit here and quarrel.
That's fine by me. I apologize.
Terrible inactivity that just gets on my nerves.
We are adopting, I feel convinced, the only measures possible, so long as we stick together and to remain sight with each other. The repetition of the tragedies that have occurred must be impossible. We've all committed to a search. Therefore, we know that no man is armed with a firearm or knife, nor does any man have cyanide or any drug about their person. So long as we stick together and to remain within sight of each other, nothing can happen.
Can't go on like this. We shall need food, sleep.
That's what I say.
Obviously, but the murderer's only chance is to get one of us detached from the rest. So long as we prevent that, we're safe.
Hey,
You're very silent, Clara.
There isn't anything to say. It's just awful waiting for the hours to go by and not knowing if they'll be your last. What is the time?
8:30.
Is that all?
It's this awful light. How are the candles holding out?
The storm's dying down, but we still have a whole pack. What do you think, ma'am?
Perhaps, but we mustn't be too optimistic.
murder's got everything on his side, even though weather seems to be falling in with the flames.
What about something to eat?
If you like, I could go out and make some coffee and open some tongue, but you forced it here. That's right, isn't it?
Not quite. See, I think it would be inadvisable for one of us to eat or drink something that you prepared out of our sight.
Oh, you don't like me, do you?
It's not a question of likes or dislikes.
None of the trick gets past you, Madam Wargrave. You know, if you would take offense at my saying so, you're my guest.
This is hardly the time, Captain Lombard, for one of us to indulge in the luxury of taking offense.
I don't think it's poor. I might be wrong, but I don't think you've got the imagination for the job. All I can say is, if you are the criminal, I take my hat off to you for a damn good act. Yes, thank you. I don't think it's the doctor. I might be wrong, but I don't think she's got the nerve. You've got plenty of nerve, Vera. On the other hand, you strike me as eminently safe. Therefore, you'd only commit murder for a thoroughly good reason.
Thank you.
You know, I thought of something.
Splendid! Animal, vegetable, or no?
That man says he's a police officer, right? But we have no proof of that. He only said so after the gramophone record when his real name had been given. Before that, he was pretending to be some South African billionaire. Maybe the police officer is another impersonation. What do we know about him? Nothing at all.
Yeah, he's a policeman, all right. Look at him.
I say nothing out of you, Mr. Lombard.
Well, now we know where we are. Oh, by the way, Doctor, Miss Lakeland suspects you. Oh, yes. Haven't you seen her shoot you a dirty glance from time to time? It all works out quite prettily. I suspect Madam Lawrence. Lawrence suspects me. Armstrong suspects Lord. What about you, Madam Lawrence?
Quite earlier in the day, I formed my own conclusion that everything that had occurred had pointed to one certain person. I still hold such conclusions. Which one? I think it would be inadvisable for me to say.
Inadvisable in the public interest.
Exactly.
What about the food idea?
Let's stay here. Stay here.
I can't stand hungry.
I'm not particularly ravenous myself. You can go out and have a dozen by yourself.
Tell you what, suppose I go and fetch a bag of chips.
Good idea. Oh, Lord. And an open bag. Yes. Wait, make the cart travel.
What did happen to that bathroom curtain? The one that Rogers missed?
Well, by the farthest stretch of the imagination, I can't think of what a murderer would want. Scarlet oil silk curtain.
Well, things have seemed to keep disappearing lately. Mrs. Brett must have given in.
Well, the murderer, whoever he or she is a kleptomaniac too.
How does it go? 5 little soldier boys
Going in for law, one got in chance.
in chancery, but how could that apply unless a court?
Precisely. That's why I'm sitting right here.
Ah, I'm casting you for the role of murderer, not victim.
Jim could oblige to a boxer.
Oh, well, perhaps we'll start a free fight.
That awful rhyme! It seems to keep going round and round in my head. I think I'll remember it until I die. Mr. Moore's a long time.
I suspect that the big bad wolf has got me.
I have told you once before to try and restrain your rather peculiar sense of humor.
Sorry, Madam Porter. Must be some form of nervousness.
Hands up. Search him.
No, thank you.
Oh, come, you had no dinner.
I could not eat anything.
Oh, I warned you before.
Please stop. Sit down.
You're not bad, too. What are they? No. Oh,
Anybody have cigarettes? Or wait.
I'm out.
I've run out of cigarettes too.
Fortunately, I'm a pipe smoker.
Oh, I have a whole box of cigarettes in my suitcase. I mean, I can do with a cigarette myself. I'll get them. See, that should all stay here.
That girl will have that.
Her nerves are in a bad state, I would say.
I disagree with you there, Doctor. Miss Claythorne seems to be very cool and resourceful. Quite remarkably so.
So, that's your idea? That she's the guilty party?
Hardly likely. She's a woman.
You and me, Doctor, see women from slightly different angles.
tell you what, suppose I go and make a bottle of whiskey.
I won't say no to that, provided you tackle an unopened bottle. They're off!
Who's that?
Here I am.
Can't be out tonight. It's all in the dark. You don't know where you are. You don't know anything.
It's that damn draft on the stairs. Put out the candles. Here. He's got a lighter. Oh, forget matches. You gotta find special candles.
I was horrified to death. It went right around my throat.
What did?
The window in my room was open. As soon as I opened the door, it blew out my candle. I thought in the dark I was being strangled by a wet hand mixed with seaweed there.
I don't want you to yell.
Who hung the seaweed there?
things you did. Until you went completely mad and canceled breakfast all.
It seems rather silly in the light of the day.
Very simple.
Allowing it is on what's happened to her.
Well, we know what she wants us to think is happening to her.
What did she want?
One shoe, just one shoe, perched precariously on the edge of the cliff. It breaks. Dr. Armstrong has gone completely off her onion and committed suicide.
I think that was rather doing it. A man wouldn't think that he was just so drown himself.
Well, very circumstantial. Even now, just one little tiny soldier boy broken on the balcony.
Quite so. We can be quite certain that Dr. Armstrong really didn't drown herself. But she had to make it look like she was the seventh victim, all according to plan.
Suppose she really is dead.
I'm quite suspicious of the death without the body.
How extraordinary to think that there are 5 dead bodies in there and we've just been eating 10 tongues.
The delightful feminine disregard for facts. There are 6 dead bodies and they are not all of them.
What? No, she's right. There are only 5.
What about this Roger?
I counted for doing this.
Come on. Anthony Marston, 1. Miss Rogers, 2. The General, 3. Rogers, 4. Emily Grant, 5. And more Grace, 6.
7, 8, 9, Armstrong makes 10.
Don't you think it would be an idea if we brought Miss Rogers down here and shoved her in the morning?
Whoa, I'm a detective, not an undertaker.
For heaven's sake! Please don't comment on their bodies. The point is, Armstrong murdered them.
You ought to have realized it was Armstrong. Right.
Allow me to Armstrong. How do you think he got hold of your revolver?
I have no idea.
What exactly happened tonight?
Well, after you threw your fidget stairs, ran to bed and locked yourself in your room, we all thought we better get to bed. So we ran to bed and locked ourselves in our room.
About an hour later, I heard someone passing my door. I went out and tapped on Thurs' door. He was there, all right. Then I went to Armstrong's room. It was empty. That's when I tapped on Thurs' door, looking to sit tight whatever happened. Then I came down here, and the window by the balcony was open. And my revolver was sitting directly beside it.
But why did Armstrong just chuck the revolver away?
Don't ask me. Either an accident or she's raped.
Where do you think she is?
Lurking somewhere. We're going to have to back one of us.
We ought to search the house!
What? You walked into an ambush?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Are you quite sure you didn't hear anyone else moving about?
Well, I have imagined all sorts of things, but nothing short of setting the house on fire would have gone with me to the my word.
Sorry, just thoroughly suspicious.
What do you talk to Morgan do?
If you ask me, nothing. Sit tight and take no risks.
Look here! I want to go after her!
Oh, what a dog of a bull on where you are, Lord. Oh, by the way, between friends and without any prejudice, you did go to that little spot of perjury, didn't you?
Well, suppose it does make me like that. Pandora was innocent, all right? The gang square beat, and between us, we couldn't wait for strength. Mind you, I wouldn't admit it now if it wasn't that.
You think we're all the same boat?
Well, I couldn't admit it in front of Justice Morgan, could I?
No, hardly.
I say, that fellow's thief. You really think he was innocent?
Oh, I'm sure of it. Old Wargrave had a reason for wanting him out of the way. Well, Lord, I'm delighted you came off with your virtuous courage. I hope you made a tiny bit of it.
It's nothing like what I ought to have. You're a mean lot, that thing, gang. I got my promotion, though.
And Pandora got penal service because he died in jail.
You didn't know he was gonna die, could I?
No, that was your bad luck.
Is
Yours too. Because as a result of that fact, you could have your life cut short unpleasantly soon.
what, me? My Armstrong? I'll watch it.
You'll have to. Remember, there are only 3 little soldier boys left.
Oh, yeah? And what about you?
I shall be quite all right, thank you. I've been a tight list before, and I've gotten out of it. And I intend to get out of this one. Besides, I've got a revolver.
Yes, that revolver. Now, you said you just found it lying on the balcony. What's to say you hadn't had it on you the whole time?
Same old gramophone record. No room in your head for more than one idea at a time, eh, boy?
No, but it's a good idea.
And you're sticking to it.
And I would have thought of a better story than that if I were you.
I just wanted something simple that a policeman wants.
Well, what's wrong with the police?
Nothing. Now that you've left the force.
Look, Captain Longmore, you're an honest man if you pretend.
Hey, come on, we're neither of us honest.
You're telling the truth for one. You're using a square thing and tuck our revolver.
Don't be an ass.
I said I was willing to go to the house searching for Armstrong, haven't I? If I'm willing to do that, would you at least lend me your revolver?
No, I won't. It's mine. It's my revolver, and I'm sticking to it.
Then type of job is happening to do on this island. I said, Captain Lombard, wait begging nice bottle of beer.
Do stop thinking about your stomach, Lord.
But there's plenty of beer in Griffin.
Yes, and the first place that someone would think of putting a lethal dose would be in a nice bottle of beer.
A bottle!
Lord's got his. Yes, crushed, head so big, with great bronze bear holding a clock in the landing.
A bear? How ghastly. It's this awful childishness.
I know. God, what pool floor was.
Now you're too.
Yes, we'll have to be very careful about ourselves.
We won't do. He'll get us. We'll never get away from this island.
Yes, we will. I've never been to Fiji yet.
Don't you feel like there's somebody on this island right now watching us and waiting?
No, that's just nerves.
And you do feel it.
No, I don't.
Please, Philip, let's get out of the house. Anywhere. Perhaps if there's a boat, they'll see us. Please.
Correct. We'll head to the top of the island. It's a sheer cliff on the far side, and be able to see anyone coming up from the house.
Anything's better than staying here.
Won't you be a bit cold in that dress?
I'd be cold if I were dead.
Oh, perhaps you're right. A quick reconnaissance.
Be careful, Philip. Please.
Don't worry. I'm not bored. Hello, there's something washed up on the rocks.
What? It looks like a body.
You stay here. I'm going to have a look.
Armstrong. No. Armstrong's body. No.
It's Armstrong drowned. Washed up in high water mark.
So there's nobody on this island. Nobody at all except us two.
Yes, Vera. Now we know where we are.
Now we know where we are.
It was a clever trick with that lion. Quite neat. Oh,
You!
You're dangerous. So you think you'll like it after?
I did it. Not sure you're wrong. Please believe me, Philip. Please listen.
Oh, I'm listening. You better make it a good story.
It isn't a story. It's the truth. I didn't kill that child. It was somebody else.
Who?
Man, here's Uncle. I was in love with him.
This is getting quite interesting.
Don't sneer. It was hell. Absolute hell. Peter was born after his father's death. If he'd been a girl, he would have gotten everything.
But tale of a wicked uncle.
Yes! He was wicked. And I didn't know. He told me that he loved me, but that he was too poor to be. There was this far out rock that Peter was always wanting to swim to. Of course, I wouldn't let him. It was dangerous. And besides, he was not a very good swimmer. One day, my attention was distracted. He squared off. As soon as I got back, I saw what happened, and I plunged into the beach. Peter tried to stop me. Don't be a fool, he said. I told the little ass to do it.
Go on. This is interesting.
I pushed past him. I got away. I swam after Peter. He'd gone before I could get to him.
And everything went off well at the inquest. They called you a bloody girl, and you kept discreetly quiet about she was part of the business.
Do you think anyone would have believed me? Besides, I couldn't. I was really.
Well, it certainly is a pretty story. And I suppose she let you down.
Do you think I ever wanted to see him again?
You certainly are an accomplished liar, Vera.
Can't you believe the truth when you hear it?
Who set the trap that killed Floor? I didn't, and Armstrong's dead. I've broken most of the commandments in my time. I'm no saint. But there's one thing I won't stand for, and that's murder.
You will stand for murder! My mother's news that she left an eye in Africa.
That's what's so funny. I did it.
What?
For once. Just once, Mark, I decided to play the hero. Risked my life and the lives of my men. Left them on ammunition and all my supplies and took a chance in the bush. By the most amazing luck, it came off. But it wasn't in time to save them. And then word got around that I deliberately abandoned
but it wasn't enough. And I wanted to do more, and I wanted to do it with my own hands. I'm a judge with hard work, got a sense of justice. It's between our sovereign lord the king and the prisoner at the bar. The true deliverance now. Guilty, my lord, yes. Guilty. You are all guilty, but the law can't touch you, so I have to take the law into my own hands. Into my own hands. Silence in the court. Anthony Marston first, then Mrs. Rogers, Robertson and Brandy, Mackenzie, stabbed. Got Rogers with an axe while she was out chopping sticks. Dipped Emily Brent's coffee so she couldn't feel the hypodermic. Booby Jack for Bloor. Bloor was a fool. I always knew it would be easy for Bloor. Returning that revolver was a clever touch. Maybe interesting. I always knew you two would suspect each other in the end. The question was, who would win? I bet on you, my dear. Besides, it couldn't have been it's always more interesting to have a girl in the end. Prisoner at the bar, do you have anything to say why sentence should not be passed on you? Dear Elizabeth Claythorne, I sentence you to death.
I'm not guilty.
You must plead not guilty. Unless searching for a verdict of insanity. But you're not mad. I'm mad. But you're not.
I'm not guilty.
So you didn't charm that boy after all.
Help me.
Very interesting. That doesn't matter anymore now, does it? You can't spoil my lovely rhyme. My 10 little soldier boys, and you're the last one. Soldier boy left all alone. She went and killed herself.
Thank God you can't shoot straight. Stop straight up.
I shall never forget it. I shall never forget it.
Death is for other people, not us. You know, there's another ending to that rhyme. 2 little soldier boys left all alone. We got married.
Thank
shows and everything, and just being overall very helpful. So thank you to Ms. LeGrone. And I would also like to thank staff and administration for all their support, especially College Shields and Ms. Hayes. Sorry you had to be terrorized by Morgan earlier, but you were true. So thank you guys for this. You gave us an opportunity to rebuild the program, and without you guys, we couldn't have done that. So thank you all so much. I would also thank Advancement for constantly promoting our show, and Mr. Woodard for building our set. Everybody say yay, Mr. Woodard! Just one of the arrows for taking pictures, Coach Heinl for putting all our events on the calendar, art department for lending us paint and other supplies, and especially the maintenance crew. They came and cleaned so much, so much, because you guys know half of this theater is condemned, so they made this a safe and workable environment, so thank you to the maintenance crew. Being such a great mentor and also being part of the reason that I get to work here and work with these kids. So, everybody say thanks to Mr. So everybody please keep an ear out for announcements about our next season. And students, you're all back there. Please come out and audition for our next show. I think you guys are really going to like it.